am standing on the edge of land and water, of blistering heat and bone-chilling cold. And as the wind whips pebbles of sand and salt across my face, I am standing on the edge of my life, at the threshold between who I have been and who I am becoming. And I am reaching out to the wide horizon of the sea with my yearning. Here I am. Tell me what it is I need to know. Who am I? What is my place in this world? I am trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. Stop trying, a voice says from the deep. Unfurl your toes. So I release my white-knuckled toes beneath the icy waters, just in time for a new wave of stones to come pummeling my bare feet. And still the voice says, unfurl, unfurl. A name. There is a name. Breathless, I am leaning over the edge, and in the next moment, a name surges and washes over me. My face contorts with tears as I feel deeply recognized. This name is beautiful, potent, and sacred. So sacred that I cannot share it with you at this time. And this is a name that only a woman can carry. Only a woman in her fullness can become. Only a woman who is married to the deep and wild feminine. But I have not been that woman. I do not know who that woman is. I have been the woman who denies her body and her voice, who is divorced from the feminine, and who has bought the story that her sole duty in life is to give others what they want and desire. And I have learned how to be this woman from other women. When I was 15, I used to go to this massage therapist named Snow, and she was the wildest woman of the church. And one day, I'm lying on her table, wide-eyed in my innocence and teenage angst, and she's cradling my shoulder girdle. When your husband wants sex, she says, press. You give it to him. The hot water bottles are melting my soft body. And if there is a night that you have a headache, she says, and I can feel her love fill the room, it's just as thick as the smell of essential oils and weathered massage sheets. It's okay. You can say no. Stretch. But you better wake up before sunrise and twist. Give him what he wants before the day begins. And she needs me with her hands and her heart and her words. And I am wide open, and I am taking it all in deep into the fiber of my being. And I carry it with me off her table, out her door, and into my life. And it informed me so well that 10 years later, when he crawled on top of me with his wrinkled, green eyes and his mouth that smelled like wintergreen chew. I knew what to do. Even with red, blotchy hives covering my chest, I knew my place. And I knew my place so well that even when I was completely alone in my fantasy world, I would become a violent man, taking a woman wearing my face, and I would bind her and thrust into her and choke her and gag her. And I am not asking. And you know what? I don't have to. Because she's going to give it to me. That's what she does. How am I going to undo this? How do I unwrite this code of silence and violence? How do I reckon with this name that is calling me to a life that honors the woman in me and sees her and her yoni as sacred? I want to know. I want to know her. So I am listening to the stories of the wise and witchy women of the village, and I am wandering deep into the wild and praying for a vision. And I am gazing at my yoni, and I am drawing her and sculpting her and dancing with her. And I am sitting on a stone ledge at a different sea, revealing my yoni to the rock and to the cool, salty mist. And I can feel the heat of the sun beat down upon her. And now I can feel the heat of her own creative juices flow and pour out of her and offer me a new song with a new voice. My voice. My truth. This is the journey. These are the ways that I apprentice to this name. This is the story of my becoming fully human, wild woman. Dear one, you had me that day on Halama Beach, and I am listening to the sound of your voice, and I am following your thread, and I am completely broken open, undone, captivated, terrified, and enlivened by you. You are my beloved, and there is nothing I won't do, nothing that can stop me from discovering who you are and bringing you and your offering into this world. It's you and me.